Everybody, this is Chad with round 2. We're showing you guys another product spotlight video. This is for September 2023. Right now we're sitting in our New York Toy Fair booth that we're starting to mock up over here. We will be going to Toy Fair at the end of the month and showing off some cool stuff. So look for some other videos to be coming out with some cool announcements for that. But this month, for September, we've got a lot of neat stuff to show you guys. We're going to have some 1/64 scale die-cast, 3 releases for Johnny Lightning, a true 1/64th Auto World release, and a hobby-exclusive Auto World car. In the larger scale, the 1/18 scale, we got 3 Auto World cars to show you guys. Slot Cars also has 2 releases in Auto World to show you guys. And we've got some new deluxe pit kits as well. And then we're going to round it all out with model kits. We've got 8 model kits, a lot of stuff for the big rig guys, and some cool automotive stuff. So we're going to jump right into it. We're going to start with the 1/64 scale. So starting off with Auto World, we've got a pretty exciting release for you guys. This is a little different than how we normally do our Auto World premium 6-car sets. So some of you may know or may not know from watching these videos, but round 2, we also own the brand Big Country Toys or Big Country Collectibles. We've teamed up with them. They have some pretty cool licensing to make a series of 6 trucks in Auto World, and they're all kind of a farm and rural theme. So really, really neat release for this. The first one is the 1965 Chevy Suburban with Hewitt Farms. Hewitt Farms is a farm that the original founder of Big Country Toys owns. This is done in a pretty cool way. It's the color of the jerseys that they do for horse racing, and their jerseys also have kind of a black and white checker pattern, which we hid on the window there. It might be a little hard to see, but there's black checkers on the window, kind of tie back to that horse racing. So really cool kind of farm truck or farm Suburban for that one. Next up is a Texaco farm service truck in a 1973 Chevy Cheyenne Stepside. So it's got the Texaco logo on the side, of course in Texaco red. Has the farm lubricants sold here. So again, really cool farm theme for this one, and nice to see on some of these Auto World castings. Next up is 4.6's Ranch in the 2022 Ram 1500 Tradesman. So this is actually the first time you guys have seen the painted version of this casting in packaging. We will have this coming out in another Auto World release soon, but red truck with that 4.6's logo on the side. Again, really cool, great painted detailing on this. All the detailing you come to expect from our regular premium line, but with these added licenses. Next up, the Polaris RZR, or Polaris Razor 2020 Chevy Silverado Custom Trail Boss. Has those awesome RZR graphics on the side of it. White, blue, and black. It's a really, really cool looking truck. 5th in the release, a Professional Bull Riders 2019 Ford F-150. Carrying that PBR Professional Bull Riders license on it. Red with black down the side and that PBR logo. And then lastly, a Mossy Oak 2019 Chevy Silverado High Country. It's got the Mossy Oak camo along the bottom of it. Tan truck. You see a lot of trucks running around with this with the camo along the fender flares and along the bottom skirt. Great looking release for that. So that's everything for that Big Country Collectibles release. That's going to be kind of in a hobby exclusive, so look for that to be available here soon. It'll be at autoworldstore.com and some other retailers as well. Next, we're going to show you guys the 2023 Nissan Z. This is a hobby exclusive, currently up for pre-order at Auto World Store. This is our, we took our Nissan Z, which is, you guys just saw in the last release of Auto World. We did a stock version. This is more of a Nissan racing version. So it has really cool graphics on the side of it with that checkered running up it. And then you've got the Nissan logo, some Auto World logos, some pretty neat other race logos on the car. So really excited to see this new casting in that racing style livery. That's everything for Auto World. Next, we're jumping in for Johnny Lightning. We've got a Classic Gold release. So you guys know the drill. It's 6 cars in Classic Gold, 2 color variations for each. Classic Gold are usually fairly stock-looking vehicles. This being the 1978 Ford Mustang Cobra II. First version in black and gold with some red pinstriping along it. Got those Cobra graphics on the side and that throwback advertising on the card art. And then second in the release is white and blue version of the Cobra. Second in Classic Gold, we've got the return of the Acura Integra. So 2 really cool ones for here. The first one being an Acura Integra GSR trim in green with tan interior. Looks really great seeing this car come back in a stock form as part of this Classic Gold series. And then for version B, we did it a little bit differently. This is the Type R version. So it's got the all the Type R wing, of course, on the back, but the Type R did come in black, yellow, and white. We did the black version for this. What's really cool about our Type R casting compared to some others is we do have the USDM front end on it. So I don't know if you guys have seen the pricing on these US Type Rs, but they're getting crazy. These cars have really grown in popularity over the last few years. Next up, another really cool release, the 1966 Aston Martin DB5. And what's really neat about this is, again, Classic Gold, we try to do it a little more stock, so you probably are used to seeing this casting as a James Bond release. Version A is a stock version, so you can see on our James Bond cars, it normally has like the cutout for where the ejector seat would come out of the roof. That's been removed for this. Great looking blue color for that version A. And then version B, this deep cherry red color. Of course, great painted details on that, and that artwork with that Aston Martin photography. Next up, the 1979 Chevy Corvette, version A in red. Great detailing on this, even down to the rear defogger on the back window. You got chrome wheels on it, white letter tires. Great looking Corvette for that. And then the second version, blue and white with the red fender stripe. Got that Grand Sport kind of look, and black wheels on that one. Next up, the 66 Pontiac GTO in Classic Gold. First version in blue. Has white interior and a white vinyl top. Chrome wheels. And a ton of painted detailing. And version B is in white with a black vinyl top. Also white interior on this one. And it's got the kind of dog dish style, just chrome centers on the wheels. And then lastly, in Classic Gold, the next release for our 85 Ford Ranger XL. These are really neat. They've got the 4x4 graphics on the side of it. First version is in the kind of a blue-gray and has the orange striping on the side there. And then the second version is in bright copper poly, again with that striping on the side of it. Next up for Johnny Lightning, we've got 2-packs. So these are 3 versions for the 2-packs, or 3 different 2-packs with 2 color variations for each. First is the Super 70s, really cool packaging on this one. You've got the 1976 Olds Cutlass Supreme and the 1972 Buick Riviera. Version A having that blue Olds. It's got a blue dash, white kind of half vinyl top, white interior, and then burgundy for the Buick Riviera, with a white top on that. And then version B, the Olds Cutlass in a red, and that Buick Riviera in black with a matching black vinyl top. Next up for the 2-packs, this is the Freestyle BMX 2-pack. So we've used our Schwinn license and our Mongoose license. You guys have seen we've been putting out some pretty cool vans. We did a Schwinn BMX van. We did a different version of a Mongoose BMX van. This has a 65 Volkswagen Type 2 Transporter with Schwinn liveries on that, and a 76 Ford Econoline van with Mongoose liveries. So you can see that version A is the Schwinn Stingray, white and red. And that version A for the Mongoose, those retro Mongoose graphics down the side of it. Version B, the Volkswagen gets a black and red treatment with the Mag Scrambler graphics, and a little bit of a different red, white, and blue vintage Mongoose treatment on that Ford Econoline. So this is really becoming a great series, having all these bike vans and BMX vans coming out. So we're really excited to see you guys getting those set up in your displays. And then lastly, we have Surf Rods. This is a really neat 2-pack, starting with the 1950 Mercury Woody Wagon up on top there. And then with the 59 Cadillac Ambulance, which you guys remember, we did the Surfshark version as a model kit. This is like a bit of a matte green with the shark on the side of it, or some of the decals that we did on the Surfshark. And then the Mercury Woody wagon is awesome, awesome looking with those surfboards on top of it. Of course, it's got the Nomad Surf Shop over on the side. Got the red wheels with the chrome lip. And then for the version B, you can see it's more of a gray color on that Mercury. And then we did one a little different with the 59 Cadillac ambulance. This is a Cocoa Beach Patrol, Rescue Patrol. So again, another lifeguard ambulance, but a bit of a different look on that one. So super fun release for that. And then lastly for 164th, one more Johnny Lightning release for you guys. This is Tow and Go. So again, there's three cars in this, or three trucks in this rather, with two color variations, starting with the 2002 Chevy Silverado. First one is a hot rod truck. That new, the tow dolly that's included, that's all new for us, recently tooled. So this is the first release with that tow dolly. And then the second is a auto salvage truck, an orange color. And again, includes that tow dolly with it. Next up, the 65 Dodge A100 pickup. This has an enclosed trailer, so version A is the Ram Chargers. This is super cool looking. Of course, almost looks like the old wheel standers being that truck, but it does have the hitch, so you can put the Ram Chargers behind it, do some of your other Ram Chargers cars in the trailer, and what a cool graphic on the side of that trailer. And then next up for the version B, we have another Schwinn van here, this one in blue and white. This one might be my favorite of all the Schwinns. It looks really nice on that Dodge A100. And then, of course, that Schwinn Bicycles trailer that comes with it looks awesome, and you can use that with this or with any of the other Schwinn releases that we've been putting out. And then lastly, in Tow and Go and in 164th, the Jeep Cherokee XJ with the boat. So first version is a police version. You can see on the side. And then you've also got the police boat, matching police boat with it, and matching trailer. Those really look cool together. And the second version is red and gray. That's the Traverse Bay version. And that comes with the matching boat as well. So that's everything we've got for 164th for this month. Next, we're going to show you guys the 118 scale. So for 118 scale, as I mentioned, we have three cars to show you guys. We're going to start off with a pretty unique one, the 1969 Royal Bobcat Grand Prix Model J. So the 69 Grand Prix was a complete rework from the 68. This was actually a car that was envisioned by John DeLorean, who would also go on to make DeLorean motor cars after the fact. What's really neat about this one is that we did it the Royal Bobcat version, which is how it was ordered from the dealership in Royal Oak, Michigan. They put 428s in these. They're high horsepower. This is a two-tone Firefrost Gold with cameo white. It's got gold wheels on it, gold interior. It is a super cool luxury muscle car. This 118 scale, of course, has opening doors hood. Also has an opening trunk on it, steerable front wheels, that detailed engine inside of it, and precise accuracy. And you can get a look on the back of the packaging here with a little more information about the Royal Bobcat and this car in particular. And there's a look at that detailed chassis underneath. And next up in 118 scale, for the Ford guys, a 67 Ford Mustang GT 2+2. This one done in vintage burgundy. So again, a very nice 118 scale here. We've done a few of these Mustang fastbacks. This one has black interior, a lot of details in the interior, a lot of cool chrome and silver bits in there. It's got white letter tires, BF Goodrich white letter tires, opening doors and hood on this one as well, with that detailed engine. And then there's some information on the back for that Mustang. And a look at the detailed chassis there. And then lastly, in 118 scale, we got one for the Mopar guys as well, the 71 Dodge Charger Super B. This is a great looking car. This color is called Top Banana. Has the striping down the side of it. Of course, the Super B details on the hood as well. Has a 446 pack engine, detailed engine in it, opening doors and hood. And also with these steerable front wheels on this one. A look at that chassis underneath. Great detail on this, even with the yellow fading. And then a look at the back of the packaging here. So that's everything for the 1/18 scale. Next, we're going to show you guys the model kits. So jumping into the model kits, we've got a lot of automotive kits, as I mentioned, 7 kits to show you guys. We're going to start with the cars, the AMT Dodge 330, 1964 version. Vintage style packaging on this one, which looks really awesome, and a couple cool things you can do with this. You can build 1 to 2 engine options, a 383 V8 or the Slant 6. It has detailed interior, it has detailed chassis, detailed suspension as well. There's a look, it has stock vinyl tires that come with this and chrome hubcaps. Of course, with the opening hood to show off whichever engine you decide to build. There's also a look at the full color decal sheet that comes with this. So it's got some Howard's Body Shop decals. If you want to do kind of a loaner vehicle for a body shop, you can do that. And then there's a look here at the back of that packaging. So you can see that parts tree on the back. Then next, for AMT, keeping up with the cars, the 66 Buick Skylark Modified Stalker. This is a cool kit. Again, stuck with the vintage style packaging for this. We've done several of these modified Stalker cars, so this will go well with some of the others we've released. Has pre-lettered racing tires with it. We did update the decal sheet on it as well. You can see some of the other modified Stalkers that we have since re-released here. And then if you want to look at some of those options on the side, you can see that engine. It's got, of course, the wide racing tires. It's got the bracing on the side of it, bucket seats, roll cage. And then there's a look at that parts tree. The decals are pretty cool. You can kind of do racing numbers, and there's some stuff. If you'd rather do it as more of a demolition derby build, you can do that. So there's some decals included for that option. Next up, really interesting one. Let me tell you all a story about a man named George. This is Granny's Hot Rod, a George Barris Hollywood build that we are bringing back. So this is a really neat, wild, wacky Hollywood George Barris built car. So he built this one for an episode of the series. It has 2-in-1 building options with this one and an expanded decal sheet. Of course, vintage style packaging on it. And what's cool about this kit is you can build either the hot rod version here or the a little more crude version of the family truck, the bench seat on the back. And then you can see here all the different parts. So the family car parts and the speed version parts are back in this kit. And then you can see on the back those parts trees included for Granny's Hot Rod, George Barris. Next up, MPC, another crazy car for you guys, the Bantam Blast Altered Roadster. So this is a really wild kit. It has some pretty cool features. A really big decal sheet that comes with it, a lot of chrome parts, pre-lettered slicks, of course the vintage packaging. Again, on this one, you can get a look at that big full color decal sheet here to build a couple different color variations for that Bantam Blast. And then there's a look also on the side at some of those features. You can see that 392 Hemi engine with the big blower on it, injector scoop, zoomy headers, the chute, racing bucket, spoiler. Really, really cool altered race car here. And then a look at that parts tree on the back of that one as well. Now, jumping from the cars, we have a lot of big rig stuff for you guys. There's 4 big rig kits to show off. So I know you're really going to be excited about these, starting with the Chevy Titan 90. This hasn't been out since, I think, like 2008, so it's been quite a while. We got, of course, really cool vintage style art for this as well, and that's celebrating 75 years of AMT. We've been putting those stickers on these packages. You can see here some of the other parts and pieces that come with this kit, over 250 parts in it. Of course, the tilting front cab. It's got some different options for the exhaust system that you can do. 10 tires included in the kit, and there's a look at that giant parts tree on the back. You can see all 250 of those pieces. Then next up for the semi-trucks, the International Transtar 4300 Eagle in 1/25th scale. So we've been doing a lot of Coca-Cola stuff. We wanted to do something a little different with the Coke license. This is a Sprite truck. It really looks cool in that white and green for this truck. Of course, new painting for this to keep that vintage style artwork, and you can see that big Sprite decal sheet that comes with this kit. I believe it's been since 2009 when this International was released. And then you can see some of those other features on the side. Again, similar to the Titan, over 250 detailed parts that come in this kit. And a look at all those parts back here on that big parts tree. And you can't do the cabs without the trailers. The Fruhoff Tanker semi-trailer is back again. We've got a really cool Golf variation that you can do here. So it's got the authentic Golf decals with it. It's got a bonus spare tire carrier. Of course, again, great looking packaging and artwork that's on this kit. You can see some of the highlights in here as well. That Peterbilt 359 California hauler with sleeper. These are some of the other trucks that you could put onto this. So the Chevy Titan, the Alaskan hauler, the Kenworth conventional, the Peterbilt, Great Dane. A lot of cool trucks that are on here. And if you're worried about building a truck that goes with this that will match that Golf, this decal sheet is big enough it includes some extra Golf decals and striping in it. So you can take one of your tractors and have some Golf decals as well to make it match that tanker. So 174 parts included in this one. And then lastly, we do have one more trailer for you guys to round out these model kits. The Fruhoff flatbed trailer. So again, 1/25th scale, builds out to about 19 inches long. This has detailed suspension in it. It's got 2 position supports, another upgraded decal sheet included, and of course vintage style packaging. You can get a look at that upgraded decal sheet with the oversized load, wide load, all the reflector decals. A lot of really cool features and options for decals in there. And then a look at some of those parts and pieces on that flatbed trailer. Lastly, there's the back of that packaging to look at that parts tree. So that is everything that we've got for model kits. Next, we're going to round out the video with the slot cars. So rounding everything out, we're jumping into these slot cars here. We're going to start off with a new release for NHRA Top Fuel Dragsters. So first one in here is the Tony Schumacher 2023 Top Fuel Dragster. The Skag Power Equipment livery on this one. With that orange and black. Looks awesome. There's a new cockpit canopy tooling on these as well. Also in the release, we've got Leah Pruitt's Mopar Direct Connection in black and green. Again with that NHRA Top Fuel Dragster tooling. Also in the release, Brittany Force's Flavor Pack 2023 car. That yellow livery on the side of it. And then lastly, Austin Prock's Montana brand. The black and orange. So a perfect release for drag strips, and stay tuned. We might have some more drag strip news for you guys soon as well. Going into the next release, we have a full release of Batman, which is really neat. For the Thunderjet, we've got the classic comic book 1968 Batmobile. So it's Thunderjet tooling. We haven't brought out in a little while here. Again, that classic comic book style with the blue and yellow. And then for the second version, we've got the black 68 Batmobile. And then the 4-gear in this release is the classic TV series 66 Batmobile. Here's a cool color variation in blue with the red Bat logo on the side. And then we've got the 66 Batmobile in repair, which I think is really cool. On a plastic body, that really looks like metal. It's a nice nice deco on this Batmobile. So that's what we've got for the painted slot cars, but we do have new pit kits also to show you guys. So a new pit kit for each of our 4 chassis. So starting off with the Thunderjet, the new Thunderjet Deluxe pit kit. This comes with a 68 El Camino body that's unpainted, and then all the pieces unassembled to be put together and build your own slot car. This is really fun to put together and get your slot cars going. We've even had some people who are doing it as part of school programs or after-school programs to teach kids engineering. So these deluxe pit kits have been pretty popular since we've been bringing them out. So if extraction chassis are more your thing, we've got the 1970 Plymouth Superbird body in a deluxe pit kit, and that is a newly tooled body. for the Superbird as well. For 4-gear, we got the 1960s custom Volkswagen bus body. It's got the big spoiler on the back of it, and again, all the pieces for that 4-gear. And another one that I know you slot car diehards will be excited about, the Super 3 Deluxe Pit Kit. That includes, it's for our Super 3 chassis, which is more tunable, has an inline motor, and this has a 2005 Ford Mustang GT unpainted body that comes with this kit. So that's everything for the slot cars, the model kits, the die cast in both 118 and 164th, and as I mentioned, we got a lot of cool stuff coming. We will be at New York Toy Fair at the end of this month, so stay tuned for some more information there. Thank you guys for following us, subscribing to this channel, checking us out on Instagram and Facebook. Keep doing it. We love bringing all this new product out to you guys, so again, thank you very much. We'll see you next month.